Hey Online Academy, I wanted to give you a quick video introduction of this short week to finish up our first semester, so that's really exciting. So I'm using this week with my other classes who are live or who are in person but still virtual. I'm just using this time to kind of explain what Unit 3 is all about, giving you guys a few little video clips to kind of hook you and get you interested in the topics that we are going to be covering coming up. So that is just really kind of what today is all about. This is my favorite unit of the year. It deals with conflict, and I think it's no surprise and no secret that the past year has been full of different types of conflict. And so we have more than enough current relevant information to discuss if we need to. And we'll also explore conflict in your own life. So just because the world is full of big conflicts doesn't mean that our smaller scale conflicts aren't important as well. So what I want to do is just kind of give you a rundown of the materials in this week's folder, and then I'll click into a couple and tell you what you need to do. Really, there's not a lot for you to do this week. This is a short week, and then next week we'll really kind of dig into more of the material. So the first thing here, guys, this recording of a Google Meet, I recorded my first hour class this morning just so you could have some more details if you would like to go back and watch that. I tried to play the videos for them and we had audio issues, so you will see technical difficulties if you watch all of this, but it will give you more of a detailed Unit 3 overview. If you would like to go back and watch some of that, you can. So I thought I'd put that there for you. I had a grand plan that this would really be good for you guys to watch, but like I said, we had audio issues, and so, technology. So this week, really, guys, I have this first link here. Mayhem erupts in the Capitol. I think that doesn't need a lot of explanation. This is from the events of January 6th at the Capitol in DC, and that is an 8-minute video from PBS, and it is a pretty, I would say, neutral, unbiased, factual, just kind of rundown of the events that happened that day. I have that there as an option because you guys are in your discussion board down here. I know I'm kind of jumping around, but processing conflict. This is just to kind of let you get your thoughts down. We haven't discussed that in this class yet, and it was a pretty big deal. We're not a history class. However, I do think it deserves a spot in our Unit 3, at the beginning of Unit 3, because this unit is how our lives impacted by conflict. And I don't think we cannot, mention that since that was pretty huge. So if you need a reminder of the events that happened on that day, you can watch this in order to answer the discussion board post. If you watched it live, if those events are fresh in your memory, you do not have to watch this. It is 8 minutes, but it does give you a really good detailed, like I said, rundown of the events of that day. But it will be, you do need to know what I'm talking about to answer this discussion board post. So if you're like, wait, what? Then go ahead and watch that video. Then I want you to click into the Unit 3 overview. Just read this. This gives you a very full, detailed idea of what this unit is going to consist of. Again, like I said, our essential question this unit is how are our lives impacted by conflict? It's kind of a loaded question this year, right? But then here are our guiding questions that kind of break down this big question. So read through that. The rationale behind this is that the first semester we really discussed happiness and belonging to communities, and now we're going to explore conflict, kind of take a turn, on the flip side of it. And we're going to explore, big conflicts, but also your personal conflicts, and then hopefully you guys can kind of step into somebody else's shoes and explore a conflict from a different perspective. I need to update this. This will be updated by the time you're watching this, hopefully. But basically, guys, we will read a number of texts in order to answer this question. You'll be reading fiction, nonfiction. We'll be watching video clips, all sorts of things. This line right here is what I need to update. In years past, we would read a whole class novel during this unit, and it would either be To Kill a Mockingbird or Fahrenheit 451. We will probably read excerpts from these, but you will not be receiving a novel, like an actual physical novel. We'll just be reading bits and pieces from novels. And also a new one that I need to include in here, also called Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson. And you'll see coming up, there's a lot of material there. We'll probably be using that as the primary text of this unit. There's also a major motion picture. of Just Mercy, and so we'll hopefully be watching video clips from that as well. So I need to update that a little bit, but that will be updated by the time you're watching this video. Skills that we will focus on, pretty much the same thing every year. We just kind of do it from a different focus. So evaluating a variety of texts, analyzing character, argument, and just communicating both verbally and in writing. And then at the end of this unit, you will interview someone and write their profile about a conflict that they experienced. So, a lot of times we focus on my conflict and my thoughts about this, but we're going to really, like I said, put ourselves in someone else's shoes and explore someone else's conflict. So that's a very quick introduction of the unit. I encourage you to go back and read through all of that. Lastly, guys, I have a couple little links here to this first one, Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson. That is just an introduction by him. He is the author of the book. It's only 54 seconds, but please watch that. It talks about his organization called the Equal Justice Initiative. And in this unit, we will be focusing a lot on justice and injustices. So please watch that. He should look familiar to you. Okay, I'm just going to say that now. You have watched a TED Talk by him. So hopefully when you see this, you're like, oh yeah, that guy. Next is the movie trailer. And so this gives you, the movie really follows the book closely. So if you watch the movie trailer, you'll have a really good overview of the book as well. Both are amazing. I've read the book, I've watched the movie. I encourage you to do so too, but hopefully I'm going to be able to get you some clips and things as we move through this unit. And then lastly, guys, you are just answering a discussion board post. And this is about the events on January 6th. After either watching the video or just remembering those events from watching them live, just some processing questions. How did it make you feel? What do you question? Did it challenge your thinking? How would you have handled this? You don't have to answer like each one of those specific questions, but those are some questions to get you thinking about your response to this and how you want to respond to those events, okay? And that's really all you need to do for this week. This week is short. Like I said, we're wrapping up grades. And then next week we'll kind of be back into the normal swing of things. But that is really it. I didn't put a big Unit 3 folder in here because at the end of this week, my Schoology, I think will get, well, as you can see right here, it'll kind of get wiped clean and I'll have to reload stuff. So I just threw in this week's folder for you guys. But yes, keep in mind, I think it's Sunday night. Schoology kind of resets for second semester. So just keep that in mind. If you have any questions this week, let me know. I'm going to get off here because this video is getting a little long. But if you have questions, please reach out to me.